welcome back you guys. I am Kate and this is Moo with Kate Collins. Today we're going to be doing something a little different along the makeup lines, but I think you'll be okay with it because it is finally time for some special effects makeup tutorials. So let's jump right in and stay tuned to see how you can get some bruises on your face. Before you even start makeup, you want to come up with a story, like how you got these bruises, why they're there, did you get punched, got in a fight, fell down some stairs, anything really. You just want to have a reason why you have them there, how bad they're going to be bruised, and you just want a background story. If anyone asks you like, oh, what's on your face, you're like, I got hit, I fell down some stairs, stuff like that. And that's going to make it more believable, and it's going to be easier for you to come up with your look and how many bruises you want and everything. So my story is going to be I got into a fight. So what I want to do is start off by finding where I got hit in all those places. Right now we're just going to focus on the eye area up here, and it's going to be like I got hit and I got a black eye. So I'm going to zoom in here, show you what to do when you first start your bruising. We'll go from there. Cool. Now to start off, I'm going to be using the Skin Illustrator palette, the Onset palette. This is an alcohol activated palette, which you don't really need this. You can use other things like cream paints, really creamy lipsticks would work too. You just want to make sure they don't dry out. This palette I really like because it's alcohol activated and I get to use as much alcohol and paint as I want to get the right shade, but you need to be careful what you're doing because it's going to be around your eye, so make sure you are careful with that. You don't get it into your eye. I'm going to start off and take this sponge, and what I did was just rip little pieces out of it to make those like capulars, I think they're called. And when I lay this on my face with it, I'm going to be like stamping it in, and it creates those holes in it, so it really makes it dimension, just stands out better, and it gives a realistic look. Now what you want to do is find your bone structure. Now around the eye, the bone's like hard around here, this area, around your eyebrow. Now this is where the darkest colors are going to be. Now what I'm going to do is go in with some of the Ultra Blue. And I'm just going to add tiny little bits of this just to darken the area up where I got hit. Now you kind of want to work in little dots here. Now the difference with this and cream paint is cream paint's going to let you work more around this. The alcohol activated paints, they're going to stay more when you put them on. So you're going to have to go in and blend it with a sponge more. But right now I'm just laying out where I want my dark colors to be, so I don't need to fully blend it yet. Now with the colors, you want your darker colors to be the least amount of color you have, and when you work up to your lighter reds and like oranges and that type, that's when you have the most amount of color shade on it. Now that I have some of the blue on, I'm going to go in with some of the Bruise tone shade. And I'm just going to dip it in there. And I'm just going to start mapping out the whole area around it. And then I'm going to go in with just a clean sponge, dip it in some of the alcohol, and just lighten this color up, making it more irregular. Now blending is the most important thing here because that's what's really going to sell the look. You don't want colors randomly there, not pressed into the skin well. You want everything to be placed with a purpose on why it's there. Now I'm going to just go back in with the Bruise tone more. And I'm going to be placing this more in certain specific areas. You just want to go back and forth to all of your colors you have to make it a more believable look. And then I'm going to go and start going in with some of the prime yellow. And I'm just going to use this as kind of like a little highlight color, right here where the darker color is. I'm just going to place this in the middle. Now colors like yellow and green, which you can use on like older bruises, they really add a lot of dimension and just change your whole look of your bruise. So you want to use this very carefully where you put it, because it's really going to draw the eye towards it. You need to place it with a purpose. Now I'm just going to continue to go back in with the bruise tone more, and my clean blending sponges just go back and forth to make this look darker and just bruise it more. Now I'm going to go back in with the darkest color and just add some final touches with that. Now for the next step, I'm just going to be taking a little white, and I'm just going to be using this to highlight some areas. Now here's a final look of your bruise we did. Now if you want to take it a step up, what I would do is take some fake blood. Walmart, I know, has really cheap fake blood around Halloween time. I'm going to be using the Ben Nye Fresh Scab Blood. And just take some on a Q-tip. I'm just going to place it like in my eyebrow area, like I got cut there or I'm bleeding a little bit.
I'm going to stab some blood, tiny bits around this.
Now that just gives it the little extra step to make it look like you're beaten up more. So here's the final bruise, you guys. Gross and all. The little fight that I got into. So real quick, we're just going to go over some extra few steps so you guys make sure you know what you're doing. For bruises, you want to make sure you find the bone structure first. This is where your darkest color should be placed. If you can, try to do darkest to light when you apply colors. Sometimes it's easiest to map out where you want to go, and I get that, but if you're working with cream paints, try and go darkest to light and it'll blend a lot easier. The darker you go, the less color you use of that. The lighter you go, the more color you use. Make sure you place in little areas, break it up, make sure it's irregular and placed with a purpose. To contour, there should be a highlight. Lay out how you would get punched or how you fell or anything. Just know where and why that would be there. Make sure you mix colors and blend it. Don't try to recreate makeup looks, recreate real bruises, and make sure, most importantly, you add everything and do everything with a purpose and know why you're doing it. I hope this little bruise tutorial helped you figure out how you can do a bruise too. If you do not have these things I used, obviously I don't expect you to, because these are special effects makeup tools. You can easily go over to a party, like Halloween party store, Target and Walmart, not Marsh, it's closed. Around Halloween usually sell stuff like cream paints you could probably get. Cream lipsticks, make sure they don't dry quick, but that would work too. I hope this got you excited for the Halloween time. get you in the Halloween spirit, listen to some Halloween music when you do your own bruise. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow my social media, listen down below, see what else I am doing. Make sure you come back next week with a brand new video on a Monday. I am Kate, and this is Moo K. Collins. Bye!